Dream of death. I just had a deeply unsettling experience, and I don't know what to make of it. I dream about a friend of mine, and now I'm left with a lingering sense of unease. At this time, I have no way of knowing if she's okay, and I can contact her directly. I know people who work closely with her, but I don't want to reach out to them this early in the morning, especially since it's been months since I've spoken to them. Here's what happened. Last night, I fell asleep with a candle burning. In my dream, I kept running into a woman I worked with last August, Jackie. She's older, kind, and someone I consider a friend. At first, the dream felt random, like my mind was focused on something else entirely. But I kept being surprised when Jackie would show up. Finally, in the middle of my dream, she appeared directly in front of me. That's when everything changed. I look at her, and this overwhelming feeling washed over me. I just knew she had died. She reached out, wanting to take my hand and show me something, but I pulled away. I told her I couldn't risk going with her because my daughter needs me, and she'll always come first. Jackie didn't say anything. She just looked at me with a sad smile. Then, I woke up. I immediately smelled the candle and realized I'd left it burning. I blew it out, thank God that it hadn't caused a fire, and sat there, rattled by the whole experience. Details of the dream. It started with me spending time with my family at my grandmother's house out of state. I walked inside from the backyard and stopped at the doorway because Jackie was just standing there, staring at me. I apologized, feeling like I'd interrupted her space, but she didn't say a word. She just looked at me for a moment before walking deeper into the house. Later, I left the house and went out with my family. While we were walking and talking, she appeared again, this time out of thin air. I froze, staring at her. That's when the realization hit me, and I said, "No, Jackie, no, you can't be." I knew in that moment that she was dead. She smiled sadly and reached out for my hand. I panicked and pulled away, telling her I couldn't go with her because I have my daughter to take care of for, and she'll always be my priority. Jackie didn't argue. She just started to lift off the ground slightly, hovering above me as I remained firmly planted. Then, like a light switch, I woke up. My thoughts. After waking, I tried to make sense of the dream. I looked for Jackie on Facebook but couldn't find her. I reached out to my sister, who still works with her, but there's not much I can do this late at night. I kept thinking about how Jackie felt familiar, yet not herself. It's like she was trying to communicate, but something was off. Jackie would normally say something warm like, "It's fine, dear, come in," but in the dream, she was silent. Her silence felt strange, unsettling, and purposeful, like whoever or whatever was using her form didn't fully know how to imitate her. I haven't thought about Jackie recently, so seeing her in this dream was completely unexpected. And even though I didn't think she wanted to hurt me, I felt scared. It was like following her would mean death, and I instinctively knew I couldn't take that risk. But as the dream fades, I can't help but wonder if she only wanted to show me something important. Maybe waking me up so I could blow out the candle was her, or whatever was borrowing her form, helping me avoid danger. The profound feeling. The more I think about it, the more unsettled I feel. It wasn't that I felt cared for or protected. It was more like whatever this was wanted me to feel that way about Chucky. So I'd be open to the message. It felt like it used Jackie's face because she's someone I associate with kindness, warmth, and trust. But underneath her familiar appearance, I couldn't sense anything. No care, no protectiveness, just a neutral, unreadable presence. That's what unsettled me the most. It didn't feel human, and I couldn't get a read on its intentions, which left me feeling both uneasy and deeply curious. I can't stop wondering if Jackie's okay, what did this dream mean? And if she isn't, what did I just experience? What do you think? Has anyone else experienced something like this? A little context. 3 years ago, my grandfather Danny passed away. It was really sudden. Now, I believe in the supernatural, but I've never seen anything quite as vivid as this. A few nights ago, I was heading out to my shed to do some late night working. While I was walking out of my house, I saw something round the corner. Living out in the middle of nowhere, I assumed that it was a coyote. Well, I think nothing of it, so I continued to the shop. I get about halfway to the shop when I see it again. This time, it was clear as day. There he was, my grandfather, standing there, still in his baseball cap and blue jersey. Now at this point, I'm thinking I'm just seeing things, so I try to ignore it. Just keep going. But I swear, he started to say something. Should I take this as a message, or was it something else? A few days ago, I was cycling through the Australian rainforest near me, a national park, in a town I will not name due to privacy reasons. Deep in the rainforest, the shadows and trees will play tricks on your eyes, warping your vision and making your brain see things that aren't there. As I had been raised around this rainforest, I knew how to discern the real from the illusion, and I am sure that this encounter was real. Pedaling down the bumpy walking track, I went deep into the heart of the rainforest, near a burbling creek. In my bag, a fishing knife, a multi-tool, and a lunch pack. I sat myself down under a shady gum tree. I took out my lunch pack and started eating. The chirping of birds in the background, suddenly, everything went quiet. Off in the shadows of the rainforest, I heard a rustling. Remembering the time I had come face to face with a yowie, I gripped my fishing knife tight, turning my knuckles white. I shifted my weight, and the rustle stopped. I heard the padding of paws on soft ground, but the footsteps sounded bipedal. A growl sounded through the trees, and a heavy hiss as something hit the ground. The footsteps shifted to a more animalistic quadrupedal movement, and a flash of yellow eyes, white teeth, and beige fur spotted with white, an utterly large quoll appeared from the bushes. This quoll was huge, probably 6 foot in length, with its abdomen hunched. In its huge paw was a spear, long and impossibly sharp. The quoll leaned against a tree, standing up on 2 legs. I gasped, and if it hadn't noticed me before, it did now. I knew what this creature was, from old Aboriginal stories. Nigger. The half-quoll, half-man hunter that would hunt down humans and large mammals, spearing them before ripping off their limbs and feasting on the helpless, still living, meaty stumps. It sniffed the air, snarling as it approaches my hiding place. I shot up, bumped on my back, and rocketed down the path. All the while, it ran behind me, climbing up trees and trying to jump onto my bike with me. My heart had never beaten faster. Somewhere, I must have lost it. I didn't breathe, didn't dare look behind me until I rode to town's main street. I haven't told anyone this story, but I'm constantly questioning about why and how my backpack had been slashed. Lately, people and pets have been going missing in the area of this experience. The authorities believe that some form of death cult is responsible, but I know better. I know that the Kaniger is responsible. All I hope is that soon, the Quoll Man will live in search of a new